You're listening to the Epically Geeky Show, a place for all things geeky.
Welcome back to the Epically Geeky Show, episode number 26. I'm your host for the evening, Eugene Stevens. Our opening question tonight weighs very heavily on the topic, and that is action figures. Leave them in the box or take them out and play with them. Lainey?
Oh, God. I feel like I would take them out of the box.
Okay.
Because I don't know. I feel like I'm not really an action figure person. That's
okay,
not
fair
thing
enough.
that I do. But I feel like if you're gonna own them, you might as well take them out of the box and display them.
Gotcha.
You know, because otherwise you just have a bunch of boxes.
Yeah.
Unless you have like super rare Luke Skywalker with brunette hair and like that, I could see leaving in the box.
Okay. Yes. That's okay. That's completely understand that. So.
But yeah, I would take them out and display them.
Gotcha.
Because then you can make them do cool stuff.
Jay, leave them in the box or take them out and play with them.
I'm pretty much on the same fence there. If they're rare, hard to get collectibles, you got to leave them in the box. But if it's just like a lot of those Popco shit that you see now that I actually want to start collecting, and some of the other stuff, you could take those out. I mean, they're never going to be worth anything more than what they are when you buy them. So.
Yep, I understand. Ray, where do you come down on this?
Has everybody not seen Toy Story 2? If you leave them in the box, they go crazy.
Yeah, like a prospector. Don't do that to Jesse.
Come on. So, yeah, you got to take them out of the box.
I would cry.
Very good reasoning.
Putting Bullseye in the box for the rest of his life.
Chris, where do you come down on this?
I'm with everybody else. You have to, unless they're rare or you've bought them as a special edition and for the sole purpose of just keeping them in the box, that's the whole reason you're buying them, I would take them out. I used to play with my aunt's Johnny West set. She had the whole entire set, and my granny kept the box it all came in.
Wow, really?
Yeah, but we were allowed to play with them. And
Very
they're
cool.
Yeah, they're toys, man.
Yeah, I want to say it was one of the D conventions when they were talking about Star Wars. They had just sold the company to Disney. One of the guys got up there and was talking about he was referencing the fact the whole thing about there not being that many Leia toys out there.
Yeah.
And he just asked the group. He's like, how many of you collect them? Of course, most people said, yeah, they collect toys. And they're like, how many of you leave them in the box? And, of course, a lot of them raise their hand. He's like, no, take them out. Play with your toys, people. Let them be free.
Yes.
I pretty much fall in line with the rest of y'all. Behind me, I have actually both set, like, two different things. I have we'll get to that in a second, but yes, I have toys that are still in the box that I will probably never take out. I don't know if they'll ever really be worth like super amounts of money, but I thought they might be collectible, so I left them in there. And then the other stuff, no, absolutely, I've taken it out of the box and posed it, and it looks awesome. And yeah, I'm definitely one that if it is super rare, yeah, go ahead and leave it in the box. Especially if you're like, okay, I'm gonna buy this now, and this is an investment. That's one thing. But if you're just buying it because it looks cool, no, take it out and display it. It's fucking awesome.
Like Beanie Babies.
Like Beanie Babies, which is actually that is our main topic for tonight. We're going to talk about. Originally, I titled this "Geeky Man Caves," but I didn't like that title. It explains kind of what it is. The problem is man cave usually brings up certain things like whether it be sports memorabilia, which could be geeky if you're collecting it or whatever, but it also mainly makes you think, oh well, it's a guy's thing, and that's not the case. Women do collect and have display stuff as well. So I think we're going to go with Geek Lairs. So that's what we're going to refer to the topic. So we're going to talk about our Geek Lairs tonight, and a little bit about the collecting and the displaying and just kind of our thought process on it. So would anyone like to share their current Geek Lair first? If not, I'll dive in.
I'll go ahead and pipe up.
All right, Lainey, what you got for us?
I think I misunderstood our theme for tonight, too, because I came up with a couple of different things you could call man caves.
Okay, what else you got for it?
I had a Fortress of Geekitude.
Okay, not bad.
And I had just a Geek Cavern.
Geek Cavern's not bad, too.
So, Because I thought that sounded better than cave. So,
It's a little more formal.
exactly. So I don't really have a geek lair right now. I have kind of in my specific room,
Mhm.
I have little nuances of my geekdom
Right,
kind of
yeah.
all over the place. And when I lived in my last apartment, I kind of did the same thing. Everybody knows I'm very big into the Disney stuff.
Absolutely.
That's kind of my deal. So one of the things that I currently collect that I have quite a few of, and I would actually like to get some more, I use them as wall art. They're vintage Disney attraction posters.
Mhm.
Oh, cool.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. So like I have right now, I have like one of the monorail, and then I have one from, oh my gosh, I can't even think, Fantasyland, and one from It's a Small World, and the Enchanted Tiki Room. So like different things that I really enjoy that mean a lot to me.
Mhm.
I have some of those. I started collecting those a couple years back, and I do, like I said, I use them as wall art, and no one realizes that they're Disney related until like they really look at them.
No, see, when I was over there and feeding the dogs and petting Murray the cat,
The cat in the mouth.
yeah, I was like, oh, those are very cool, and I knew exactly what they were as soon as I saw them.
Yeah, but like people would come over to my last apartment and be like, I love all the stuff on your. Is that really? I'm like, yeah, you're welcome. It looks great. So I collect those. I have a few more on my list. Like I want the Jungle Cruise and Pirates of the Caribbean. So I'm still working on my collection. But yeah, like I said, I use those as wall art.
That's cool.
So everything is very practical for me.
Right.
Another thing, I collect. They call this like Disneyana apparently on eBay because I've looked it up.
Okay.
But just like vintage Disney stuff. Like I specifically really like stuff that relates to the parks.
Mm-hmm.
So, but like old school stuff from Disneyland, like I have a collection of like figurines from Disneyland from like the 60s
Right.
that my my paternal grandparents got and has been like passed down to me. I have different Disney books I have this huge biography of Walt Disney and different books from different Imagineers that I really admire, like Rolly Crump and Marty Sklar and all those kind of people. And then I've started collecting comic books.
Nice.
Very slowly but surely, I've started collecting some comic books.
Any particular?
Actually, a lot of DC stuff.
Okay.
It's just that's from my Harley obsession. I like to see her in all of her different, reincarnations and everything. I think it's really cool. And then I collect a lot of. I'm also a music nerd, so I have a collection of vinyl records that I started a long while back. I've been collecting for a really long time, so I have all those just kind of chilling. I still have to make my setup so I can start playing them again, but yeah, so just it's kind of an eclectic thing. I don't do a lot of like action figures. I don't do a lot of stuff that you would, I guess, have to like make a specific way to display them.
Right.
I just never have. I don't like to have like too much like extra stuff lying around because it stresses me out. But yeah, so everything is like kind of like dual purpose. Like these are super dorky and Disney, but they're also wall art because I'm a sophisticated lady.
Well, there you go.
So, but yeah, so that's what I'm kind of working on right now as far as my collections go. Just a lot of mostly Disney stuff. Oh, and I got Jim Henson stuff because of course I do because I love the Muppets.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's about it for right now.
Very cool.
We're slowly accruing more.
Oh yes, it's always about getting more. Does anyone else want to jump in real quick?
I'll go.
All right. What you got, Chris?
We don't have a lot of space here. So our main room is our kitchen, dining room, living room. And so for me, my real lair, I guess, would be the kitchen.
Lair.
My lair, my fortress of solitude.
Yes.
Is the kitchen. So right now it's very small, but it's very functional. And I have my huge giant farmhouse sink that's from the 1920s that a friend of us gave to us for free.
That's cool.
That is cool.
I love. The countertops made by Ray. Actually, the whole island is made by Ray with reclaimed wood from old barn doors, which I love. The stove we got for $200, which I I think that's fantastic.
God, can y'all come build my house?
That's some awesome stuff. Like she used to post stuff, on her Instagram feed of stuff that he was building and stuff, like reclaimed wood and stuff, and it was awesome looking.
God, sorry, continue.
There's
This is
a really
amazing.
good place near us that sells amazing reclaimed wood, and they're awesome there. So we get a bunch of our stuff in there, and Ray is building our bedroom, so there'll be more pictures. But yeah, so that's mine. I have an awesome KitchenAid mixer that I love. That's silver, and I have my food processor, and all my cookie sheets, and I have a Silpat silicone sheet
Oh,
that I love very much.
I want one of those so
That's
bad.
my geek.
What is that? Okay, you have to describe it because I don't
It's
know.
like the Cadillac of like baking sheets.
Yes,
Really?
instead of parchment paper, it's a silicone pad you put on your cookie sheets, and you just wash it off when you're done.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I'll
I
have to
want
look this
one
up.
so bad.
They're really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I'm gonna check
Because
that out.
parchment paper's for suckers.
Well, no, but it's not reusable.
Exactly.
And that's our.
Yeah. I would much prefer to have something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
No, I'm gonna have to check into
Awesome.
that. Like seriously, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah,
They're
I want
good.
one.
They're a little pricey, but you have to remember they're reusable.
But you never have to buy parchment paper or anything ever again.
But yeah, I was gonna say if you get to reuse it though, that would be fine. So.
Yeah. But I usually have like 3 cookie sheets going at the same time, and I only have one Silpat. So.
Jeez, damn. Okay. Wow, you are serious about it, lady.
Yeah, I love it.
I love that.
That's awesome. Ray, do you want to go next?
Sure.
All right. What you got for us, sir?
So again, same space that we're talking about here.
All right.
So the cool things that we currently have that I feel are definitely up our geek area is we have a couple of Harry Potter wands, which are currently in their case, but it'd be nice to be able to display them.
Uh-huh.
We have an R2-D2 figure that we got from there as well, which is still in the package.
We got those at Disney World.
Yeah, they were at Disney World.
Yeah.
Aw.
Same trip to Florida though. So.
Mm-hmm.
Currently on display are my various comics and hardcover graphic novels. I'm finding a spot to put my guitar and my Eagle Merlin, which is a fun little instrument. It's like a strum stick. There's a Yoda clock hanging around.
Nice.
And then we've also got the number 42, which is in a frame just by itself.
Cool.
As long as you are a Douglas Adams fan, you'll figure what that's for. But yeah, so it's what the thing that we've been trying to strive for is, because it's in our main living space,
Mm-hmm.
we want it to feel like it belongs, but it's still going to be geeky, and that's kind of our theme. Is that it's out in the open, but it's part of it, so it's kind of hidden in plain sight.
Right.
Easter eggs.
Yeah, like you got Deadpool's bobblehead hanging out, so it's kind
I
of
like
there.
that.
Now, quick question. You said you have comics. Are they how do you have them? Are they in long boxes? Are they?
No,
They are open.
they're all graphic novels.
They're all graphic novels. I've got a couple of comics. It's mostly graphic novels that I'm reading. So
Do you prefer waiting for them to come out all collected in a graphic novel than trying to collect the trades?
personally, yes,
Yeah, me too.
because I used to try and collect it as a kid with all the different comics, and I found that I was missing big, huge parts of the story.
Yes.
This
That's
way, I just pick the
really
graphic novel.
frustrating.
I've got it all right there.
Yeah, because see, like I like to actually like read mine,
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah.
Weird.
makes a difference. Yeah, it's crazy.
So
Well,
yeah,
very cool.
I love it.
Well, Jay, do you wanna go next?
I guess I can.
Oh
Oh,
my
okay.
Bother me and shit.
God.
No, pretty much. I don't have anything anymore. Most of that stuff has been lost during various moves throughout the years. or the collection of stuff I did have. My ex-wife allowed my son to open when he was very little. So, yeah. And, after that, they kind of were just lost or destroyed throughout the years. The only things that I really have left are comics.
Mm-hmm.
I got the complete Civil War, all the individual comics.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
That is cool.
I got 1 through, I think, 30 or 35 of The Walking Dead. I got the whole Infinity Gauntlet. So leading up to what's going on with Thanos, I always loved Punisher. I got the first 50 of Warzone, and I think the first 30 of War Journal. I mean, most of them is just various comics, and the first appearance of Venom I have.
Wow.
That's awesome.
In some various special, like the Uncanny X-Men when they redid the comic, I think back in the early 90s, I got like number 1 of that.
Mm-hmm.
And just, various shit. But it's all comics right now. Anything else, I guess, I don't have. Not anymore, and really haven't had the money to start.
Well, have you thought about this? Because I know you've mentioned several times, don't you still have like some things like Castle Grayskull and stuff?
Yeah, up in my parents' attic. Well, now it's my sister since she moved to the retirement home and she took over that house. I still got Grayskull, Snake Mountain, the Terror Dome. Oh, shit, I can't remember what else I got up there. My old-ass Nintendo.
See, that's the type of shit that I would be displaying.
Yeah.
Well,
Sure.
the bad thing is, in order to get up in their attic, I would have to fix it first. Especially the staircase, it's the old style that recesses into the ceiling.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's you have to be careful even opening it, let alone putting somebody that's 280 pounds on the ladder.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I'd have to, buy a new staircase and fix it just to get up there to see what I could find.
You know what? That's a very good barrier to entry there.
Yeah, seriously.
And I mean that literally. Yeah. So
Booby trapped to the extreme.
no shit, right?
Yeah, pretty much. You open it, it'll just fall on your face. And
Ooh, yeah,
There
that
you
would
go.
not be good. Because those things are freaking. Because that's the way that you get into my attic right now, and it's freaking heavy. So yeah, I can only imagine.
From Home
yeah,
Alone.
well, this house was built I think it's around the same time mine was. Mine was built in 1940. I think that was built in 45. So, they actually used heavy wood then?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Actual wood?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
So,
And then,
I could probably have some good geek shit if I could get my big ass up in the attic, but I'm not brave in that
You
eventually.
need a gopher. You
I
need
was gonna
someone
say,
to do it for you.
don't tell him this because he'll send his daughter up there and be like,
Oh, no!
you're light enough. You can get up there, baby.
Find like a neighbor kid or something.
I know, right?
Hey, kid,
Well,
you
they're-
want $10?
Oh, shit, screw that. There's a couple neighborhood kids. I'll just throw them up there.
There you go.
Their
That's what I would
parents
do.
don't pay attention to them anyway. So they
That's
probably
what I
realize
would
they're
do.
gone.
I'd be like, hey, I got $5 and a popsicle.
That sounded wrong.
And
Anyway,
it
so
does.
Yeah, I'm not a pedophile.
yeah, so moving on. When Christy and I built this house, we've been in this house for I think 11 years now, maybe 12 years. Anyway, 12 years. When we built this house, I had this in mind. I specifically told her, I said, okay, look, you can decorate pretty much the entire house except for one room.
And she
I
did.
get one room, and the rest of it's yours. And so she was okay with that deal, and so that's what we worked out. So all of my geeky stuff, with the exception of one thing, is pretty much in this one room that we're sitting in right now doing the show. That one thing is 1 year she bought me. I think it may have been one of my. It was either my first or second Father's Day gift when the boys got here. Was a TARDIS cookie jar. So it's sitting in the kitchen. That's the one geeky thing that's in the kitchen. Like I said, everything else is here in my office. And sitting here, Lainey and I are sitting here at my desk, and it's a very minimal desk. It's like, for an IKEA desk, it's pretty much just a glass top in front of the computer. the wall in front of me, I basically cleared off, and I've only got 6 pieces of art on there right now, and it's the artwork that I had. I decided instead of doing like movie posters, because I mean a lot of people do movie posters. I thought that I would do movie and pop culture stuff, but I wanted to do it more artsy. So I specifically started looking at Etsy. So the artwork that I have, with the exception of the one thing, is all from Etsy. Like there's 2 things of Ghostbusters, and then there's an Autobot symbol, a Decepticon symbol, and they sent me a Stormtrooper helmet that's all artwork, and I was like, okay, so I'll hang that too. And then the other thing I have hanging in front of me is Lewis and his wife work for universities down near the border, and they were having a distinguished speaker series, and they had Steve Wozniak come, and he, gave me a heads up, and I actually got to fly down there, and I got to meet Steve Wozniak, who is the co-founder of Apple Computer, and got to meet him, and I got pictures with him and stuff, and he signed a little poster, which is what I have hanging in front of me, but hanging in the poster as well is most people just, kind of know the guy, they read up on him a little bit. The guy's freaking awesome, and I've heard him in podcasts and stuff. So when I met him, I asked him, I said, can I have one of your business cards, one of your legendary business cards? And he said, absolutely, because his business card is actually made out of aluminum. It's extremely thin, but it's laser cut. Wow. And so
baller friggin' thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, well, he literally, he's the type of guy, he literally would get on an airplane and ask the woman, can I bring the utensil that I used to cut my steak with me? And of course, they're like, no, sir, you can't bring a knife. He would pull out one of his business cards and use that. He's a nut. But anyway, so I actually have one of his business cards. I have his phone number, his cell number. I could call Steve Wozniak if I wanted to. Of course, my wife keeps going, what'd you call him? I'm like, no, I'm not calling the man. He trusted me with it. And then moving to the left of us is my Proton Pack that I built. It's sitting in a guitar stand. I'm hoping to mount it on the wall sometime. And then there's French doors that go into the rest of the house, and hanging around the doors I have my Force FX lightsabers. I started collecting these, of course, before the boys got here, because if you know anything about them, they're about $100 a pop. That was an extremely expensive hobby, and I got quite a few of them. I would love to collect more, but yes, I have boys, so that ain't happening.
I'll collect the rest.
Above the door, I have this shelf that has these, and I got them for super cheap. It's Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Darth Maul, and they're dueling. Then around behind us is I've got 3 IKEA shelves, and yes, they're Billy bookshelf. They're the black ones, and on those, the bottom 2 shelves have my the series was originally called Classics, Transformer Classics, and then they renamed it to Generations, and basically they are re-envisions of the original '86 Transformers. So it's a more modern, let's take Sideswipe, for example. It's a more modern looking Lamborghini, but he's still a Lamborghini. He's still red, and when he transforms, his face actually looked like it did in the cartoon, unlike the original one. And I allow my boys to play with those. Like I said, they're out of the package, and I allow my boys to play with them. Number one, because they're built extremely well. Like all of the sockets, all of the arms and stuff are ball and joint sockets. So if uh-oh, Daddy, I broke off an arm, I can literally pop it back in and it's good to go. God, I wish toys were built like that back when I was a kid. Moving up from that, I have a lot of my board games on display. And then I have, going up from there, I have they reissued the original 86, a lot of the original 86 Transformers, and I have quite a few of them, and those are the ones that I still have in the box. They are literally the same original molds that they used, and the only one I have taken out of the box, and I only took it out once, was I had to play with Optimus Prime once. So I took Optimus Prime out once, but the rest of them are still sealed in the box. Like I said, they're gaining a little bit of worth, but it's not like a huge amount or anything. But I mean, I owned all of those toys, so of course I wanted to collect them when they brought them back out. And then I do have a shelf that has some comics on there. I was collecting comics for a little while. Then I've got some graphic novels as well. And then I also have a few Masterpiece Transformers. Once again, I started collecting them before the boys got here. That you want to talk about. These third-party companies have taken that idea and just run with it. And oh my God, the Transformers that I see that they put out there, I would just love to own. But at between $75 and $150 a pop, it's not like I can do a major. Like that is one of those things that if I won the lottery, I'd freaking I would own all these masterpiece Transformers because they're gorgeous. And then. On top of the shelves, I have a couple board games. I have some Star Wars stuff. And then on the furthest one on the left, I just got these for Father's Day. My wife bought me, Diamond Select is putting out these Ghostbuster action figures, and I have all 4 of the guys.
They're so cool.
They've got 2 other characters out right now. They've got Dana and... Rick Moranis' character, I cannot remember his character's name right offhand, and I need to collect them. But they come with this diorama that all goes together, and it basically forms a corner of the rooftop from the final scene in the original Ghostbusters. So that is something I'll definitely be collecting because I have to have that entire diorama because it's too awesome looking. And then kind of over here on the other side, I've got my treadmill, and then I've got these 2 frame posters that literally have a bunch of pictures from the Dignation events that we went to back when we were doing the original site. And I've got pictures with different people from some different podcasts and stuff I used to listen to. And what's funny is the top one, there was another show that I used to watch. It was called the Totally Rad Show. The 3 guys who hosted the show, one of them has gone on and he's done some television stuff. He's also done some producing on some level stuff. The one guy is an actor. He's actually been in some different TV shows and actually still does a lot of podcasts. And then the other guy is Dan Trachtenberg, and he's actually the guy who directed the 10 Cloverfield Lane. So I've actually met, way before he became the director of that movie, but I've actually met the director of 10 Cloverfield Lane. I have a picture of him and me doing a fist bump. It's freaking awesome. So yeah, I've got that. So that's my main room here. And then I've got stuff in the closet and stuff. And actually up in my attic I have all my original Transformers, and like they're in a box. They're not in great condition. I have nowhere near a place to display them, but and then I actually have the benefit of having an office at work, and even though mine was kind of rough at the last school I was at, it will be updated in this next school that I'm going to. I have some just kind of odds and ends stuff that here and there. I have an Iron Man that was given to me. That's a really cool action figure that's out of the box. I have these frame posters. Well, actually, it was these 2 different calendars that I ripped apart and I framed all the pictures from it. If you've ever gone to despair.com, it's demotivational posters. You know those posters that you normally see that
I love those.
Yeah, you see it and it says like, teamwork, everyone working together can reach a better goal. And the one that I have says teamwork, something like no one is as dumb as all of us. And they're awesome. What's funny is because people will come in and look at them, and if they just glance over them, they think they're the normal inspirational posters, but then when they start reading them, they're like, oh my God, that's great. And then the other thing, and I wasn't able to hang them, but in my new office I'll be able to hang them, I have a Millennium Falcon, 2 TIE Fighters, Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, a Imperial Transport, an X-Wing, a Y-Wing, a model of the Death Star, and something else. I can't remember what the other one is. And I have and they're not like models, but they're all the toys, and they're based off like the original cast or whatever of them. They're not the original ones because they'd be worth tons of money. But I used to have those hanging from the ceiling in my classroom, and I plan on having them hanging from my office as well. So yeah, people always enjoyed that, coming in and seeing the spaceships flying. So.
Damn, Gina.
Yes, thank you. So yeah, I'm hardcore into displaying this stuff. Which actually, before we get into kind of the ultimate things that we had talked about, I wanted to just kind of talk about displaying stuff and some of the things that you run into when collecting and doing this stuff. The biggest thing that I have, the biggest problem that I have is dust. I love action figures. I've always loved action figures. I love displaying my action figures. I hate dusting. my fucking action figures. My wife refuses to dust. Like, this is the only room she will not dust. She's like, I cannot dust your room. And I'm like, no, it's fine. I'll take care of it. I just kind of usually go over them lightly, and then occasionally I have to do like a more deep clean with a Swiffer type of thing to like really get them dusted out. That's the only thing. Does anyone else have issues with stuff like that? Like, you're like, that's the only reason I don't collect anything or display anything is because of cleaning.
That's 100% why, right there.
It's just the dust.
I already have shit that I have to dust. It's a pain in the ass. Like, I have a little stuffed elephant thing that I found in the thrift store that apparently like is actually from India.
Mhm.
That thing is a bitch to dust. But I just I won't own a lot of shit that I have to dust super super carefully because I hate it.
Gotcha.
So I have a big issue with that. That's probably a huge reason of why I don't collect things like action figures and stuff.
Even though I have them and I collect them, and I'm like I said, especially with the I mean, I would love to keep collecting some of the other things I've already started collecting, but I'm definitely going to keep doing the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I have the complete set on that.
Absolutely. I guess I should bring that up here as well. Anyway, is there? My biggest issue is displaying stuff like wall art. I can't just put stuff up on the wall without it looking nice. Like, I have to make sure it's framed. But I refuse to pay a ton of money for framing stuff.
Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, yes, but even then I'm just like, people are ripping me off. Unless it's on half off sale or whatever.
Yeah, I kind of feel that way too. Like, I don't want my base to look like the college dorm room.
Yes.
Of like a freshman.
Like, I can't just do posters stapled on the wall. They need to be framed.
You have to have the Boondock Saints poster, the Animal House poster, and the Scarface poster. So I can't do that just with like thumbtacks on the wall. Like, in fact, now I have I also collect old movie posters, specifically Audrey Hepburn movies.
Mm-hmm.
And those right now I just have like pinned up on my wall just because I've never been able to find the right way that I want to display them.
Right.
So.
See, the artwork I have up now is a very minimal frame. It's just a cheap black plastic frame that like the glass or plexiglass snaps into.
It looks nice.
But they look nice. They're displayed nicely.
And neatly.
Shut up. But yeah, that's a pet peeve that I've always had.
They look like little cells on a spreadsheet.
Shut up. And I guess I'll get to that here in a second. But okay, so one of the things that I've noticed about collecting, is anyone else a completionist like I am?
No.
No?
Not at all. And in fact, I wanted to bring that up because like what I'm running into, especially. I'll say this in a minute, but like I like to collect stuff that I just like.
Right.
I've never been the kind of person that's like, well, I have to finish the I have to get the whole series, blah 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 blah. And one of the things that really drove that home for me was when I was working as a cast member at Disney.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things you have an option of doing as a cast member is what's called pin trading,
Mm-hmm.
and it's super fun. I love doing it as a cast member. It's a blast. You get to talk to people about all kinds of stuff. But basically, like, people will buy Disney pins, and as a cast member, like, they can come up and they can trade with you.
Okay.
So if you have, like, a pin badge or, like, a pin lanyard, like, at any time, a guest can come and be like, oh, can I look at your pins? Well, then you have to trade with them.
Okay.
It's really fun. But, like, people are nuts.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I had one dude who, first of all, interrupted me while I was trying to, like, sort out a conflict with another guest.
Oh, Lord.
Comes up to me, demands to look at my pins, and then proceeds to talk to me for 15 minutes about the 4 different series that they just released and how he's already completed 2 of them, but he's going to complete the rest. He goes, I have an entire wall in my house that's all Disney pins. I was like, oh my God. And I asked him, I was like, why? I was like, what? I don't know.
I honestly thought you said you like penetrating.
Stop it. My dad listens to the show, Jay. Stop it.
Hey, he can listen to the show. I'm pretty sure he knows about it since you're here.
True.
Anyway, so Jay, are you in any shape, form, or fashion a completionist? Like, have you ever like started collecting anything or started doing anything and just like you get that bug and you're like, I have to have them all?
No.
Pokemon syndrome?
No. Yeah, I was about to say no. I did not have to catch them all.
Pokemon is one of the greatest. Like that is the whole theme for that. I mean, gotta catch 'em all. That's the slogan for it. That it was the greatest marketing idea ever created.
That slogan went right over my head. I was like, no, I want all the ones that look like horses and bunnies. I'm out. That was it.
See, my son, he liked Pokemon, and it was okay. But he really loved, and he still likes it now, is Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Just because the monsters were so much cooler than fucking...
They are really cool.
I mean, you got like a Blue Eyes White Dragon that fucking was enormous. And
Indominus Rex.
and then you have Pikachu, little fucking yellow rabbit with lightning out his ass.
Yeah.
Okay.
I liked Squirtle. I was down for the turtles.
They
They look cool, man.
I was always a Pikachu person. Anyway,
Pass.
so, but yeah, I mean, I've gotten on different kicks of collecting things. Like I said, there are things that, budget, if a budget wasn't a thing, there are definitely some things I would continue collecting.
Lightsabers.
There's a couple more that are out there. My biggest issue with honestly, I want to do a whole episode on collecting stuff. But my biggest issue with collecting stuff is whenever they start getting to the variant stuff, and a lot of the times I'm just like, no. Like for example, this next series that's coming out, like I was telling you of these Ghostbusters, they're going to release another series. It's going to be another 3 characters, and it's going to be Janine, Slimer, and I think what they call Dirty Ray. So basically, it's the same mold of Ray, but like his jumpsuit is like, messed up, and like, the zippers. Basically, it's like after he got off work, and I'm like, okay, but I've already got Ray. I mean,
you need Slimer, but that's better.
I need Slimer, and Janine would be cool, but I'm gonna have to have Ray if I want to complete this whole diorama, and I'm just like, So, yeah, that's one of the things that. It's one of the, and like I said, it's one of those things, space provided as well. It's, there are a lot of things I'd love to have, but I also have to look at the space. So,
Agreed.
which was going to bring me into our next thing. So I asked everyone to come up with a list of 3 things that would be like ultimate items to have in their, their geek lair. And I talked about this before the show. You can't say something like the Starship, like a full-size Starship Enterprise. It has to be realistic. But that being said, if the only reason you don't have it is because of budget or because of space or something like that, kind of sky's the limit there. So I guess we'll just go in the order that we started with. So Lainey, what 3 items were on your just ultimate items you'd like to own?
There is a very serious lack of Doctor Who in my geeky collection.
Gotcha.
And I always thought it would be really cool to have like an entertainment center or something where the facade looked like a TARDIS.
Gotcha.
And you kind of opened it up, and that's where like the TV and my whole entertainment setup was. So I always thought that would be cool. Just some kind of a TARDIS incorporated in, like a big TARDIS though, like a scale TARDIS.
That would be awesome.
In some way, shape, or form.
Lainey?
Yes?
I have some fans for you if you'd like.
Yes. Yes, please. I will fly you down here and you You bring Chris too. That'll be fun. But that's one thing. Another thing I would really, really like to have is a Wampa rug.
Yes.
I always see those on
Think Geek.
Thank Geek, and I've been coveting it for like years. I want that, and then I want the, what's it called, the Tauntaun sleeping bag.
Oh yes, the Tauntaun sleeping bag is no joke. Like
it's so cool.
If it didn't, if I actually would use it, and
I would use it.
freaking awesome.
I would totally use it.
Oh, I know you would. 'Cause
Yeah.
you go camping and stuff. I, on the other hand, don't. So.
I would just sleep in it in the house.
True.
And then for sure, my third thing would be a custom lightsaber. I really want to get my own lightsaber made.
Mm-hmm.
Just customized to me specific. Like, yes, I've always wanted to have like Luke's saber and all that kind of cool stuff, but I really would love to like put the money out there. Yeah, I want my own. I want like a real, like, when I say a real, you know what I mean. But I want like my own lightsaber that's like very specific to me.
Right.
You know,
Ultrasaber.com.
Oh, trust me, I've looked and I've priced, and it's gonna be really expensive.
So what would you like? What are you thinking design-wise?
Well, okay. So Eugene actually showed me a while back a lightsaber that the base looked kind of like the Doctor Sonic screwdriver.
Oh yeah. That was a cool one.
And I really liked that, but I kind of just like maybe not necessarily the sonic screwdriver, but I liked just like the overall shape that had.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe not just like the plain like cylindrical base, maybe something a little bit cooler. I definitely don't want the Kylo Ren like 3-prong, like that's excessive. I don't need that. But you know, maybe something, let's see, like that, like maybe something a little bit thinner too.
Right.
Because that's going to be a lot easier for me to use.
Are you going to stick? I mean, we're talking about anything can be on there. So are you going to stick with either red, blue, or green, or are you going to go off script?
Purple. I'm going to go purple.
Go purple?
I'm going to go purple for sure.
Okay.
So, do what?
Okay, Samuel.
Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, see, like they have that violet amethyst color. That's what
pretty.
I want. I want that. Like that's
that
really
silver
cool.
one is awesome.
That silver is cool, and I also like this aqua color.
Fire orange.
I do.
Oh,
I wanna go off script because I think that would be really cool. Because that's my thing. It's like the other lightsaber that I would really want to have would be Luke's.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I just think that there's way more cool history tied into that one. But yeah, but I would love to get my own custom lightsaber. Because like if I had that, every con I would be a Jedi and I would be bringing my own lightsaber.
See, the thing about these is, I mean, you could probably find them cheaper that would do them. These are also battle.
Yes.
Sabers. So,
I want a battle saber.
Oh shit! So you want to actually be able to like, yeah, okay.
I want to be able to like hit people with my lightsaber.
Well, that's what my son got at that. I believe he got it from Ultra Sabers. He have kind of like a what is that, like geek box or whatever, and they just send you a random one.
Uh-huh.
And you can just send them, I forget how much it was, and they just randomize it, but you could do it ever so often, and they ship you random ones. But he's got a battle ready lightsaber.
That's
so
awesome.
Cool. I just think that like, I don't know, I feel like if you're gonna get one, you might as well get one that you can have lightsaber fights with people with. You know?
It's heavy duty. It's
not that I could like actually like do a good job.
You know they do classes with that, right?
Stop it.
There's a group that started in San Francisco that offers classes, and they teach moves, and there's an associate. They associate different numbers with it, and the idea is if you've been properly trained, you can meet up with anyone else and call out. I believe it's a 2 or 3 number combination, and they'll know exactly what you're about to do and how to react to it, so that you can have these badass-looking fights just like out in the middle of nowhere. Like, just literally meet someone on the street and be like, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
And then they reply,
this now.
yeah.
I'm just now realizing this. Is this my gateway drug to LARPing?
Possibly.
God damn it.
But why would you want them to know what you're going to do? I want to surprise them and actually.
I mean, like, if
so
you.
So it doesn't look like 2
like,
idiots out there, you know, just like.
If you want to have, like, an actual, like, cool looking fight.
Exactly.
Or, like, if you're, like, with your buddy or whatever, you know.
I really want to hit them.
Me too. Oh, yeah, I want to win. So I would be like 2, 3, 4, and they'd be like 2, 3, and 7. You're like, suck it, Daniel.
All right.
Just wreck him.
All right, Chris. What 3 ultimate items would you like to have?
Okay, so when you guys were talking about like your ultimate geek lair, I immediately went to how environmentally friendly and hippie can I make this thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Not even think any fandoms I like or anything like that. I immediately went to my environmental geek.
That's part of your geekdom.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, but it didn't even occur to me. And then as we're talking, I'm like, oh, that's what it's supposed to be.
Oh, there you are, Peter.
Yeah, there you are, Peter. Like, it just, yeah. Okay, so for me, obviously I'm an environmentalist. So my ultimate kitchen base would be completely off-grid. It would, everything would be run off of either solar or wind power.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, okay.
That's my I know.
I love it. No, I love it.
Solar power. And, yeah, anyways, and then I'd also have a very sophisticated gray water system that would help feed my pantry garden outside, because I suck at gardening, so this would be like gardening. So it'd be a really awesome gray water system. I really want one. And then one thing I haven't had a pantry since we bought our first house. And our pantry in our first house was just like a converted closet in the middle of a hallway. But I haven't had one since. So I would have the biggest, most awesomest, package-free as possible stocked pantry ever. That would be my wish. We can't do it here. I mean, I'm going to have a floor-to-ceiling wall of shelves that I can put goods on. But I would like to have a pantry. And then I do want this. I want in a frame. I want the how many meals a hobbit eats in a day. Like second breakfast, lunch.
You always forget about brunch.
Brunch. I do forget about
lunch.
Brunch, lunch. Tea time, dinner, supper. Yeah, I want that.
I love that. That would be really cute.
That would be awesome. That would go along really well, actually.
That would be and I was thinking like that'd be the only geek thing I would have in my kitchen is this little, the meals the hobbit eats.
That's cute.
Because
Cool.
I eat like a hobbit.
The kids eat like that too.
Yeah. No. It's constantly hungry all the time.
I love that. That's cute.
All right, Jay. What 3 ultimate items would you like to have?
Well, I have to throw something Doctor Who related in there, and I want the TARDIS fridge.
Cool.
Dude, that TARDIS fridge is awesome.
I mean, yeah, I could put it in the living room or the kitchen, but if it's a man cave, I don't want to have to leave and keep constantly going up there to get shit.
Agreed.
So, I mean, might as well have that down there than can just never have to leave my geek sanctuary there.
Cool.
I actually found a Game of Thrones, the Iron Throne recliner.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Oh God.
So,
Oh man.
that would be pretty awesome to have. I mean, fuck, who couldn't like that? What was that? What were you gonna say?
I would always sit in that and like my pajama set with like my hair in pigtails, just feeling badass as fuck.
I know. It just feels badass just to sit in it and like play Xbox.
Yes, sit in my iron throne with my bunny slippers on.
I don't know about the bunny slippers, but
Yes, you gotta have bunny slippers.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'd look kind of funny with bunny slippers. But
I was gonna say anything you'd wear sitting in it would pretty much be badass.
Adorable.
Yeah.
Like bunny slippers like Monty Python bunny.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
actually seen those. Those are awesome.
Exactly.
Little fangs and everything. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Mouth dripping with blood. It's fine.
But I don't know. I had a hard time thinking of a third one. I mean, because I got the TARDIS, I got the the Iron Throne. I don't know really.
Well, if you think of something else, we can come back to you.
I mean, there's little things I'd like. I found some flasks that were actually old Nintendo cartridges.
Yeah, we were talking about
Yeah,
that
we were
earlier.
actually just bringing that up on the pre-show. I found that I was like, that is awesome.
One. It was so cool.
Yeah, one of those, like an old school like skee ball machine, pool table. But there's a place in Indy that actually makes a pool table with whatever design you want on it, like the felt. And they have one on their website that actually has the first level of Mario on the felt.
Nice.
I like that.
So, that would probably be in there.
Wow.
Oh man, I like that.
I've got
Yeah.
pictures pulled up of Ultimate Man Caves, and
Eugene just found something else I need to add to my list.
yeah, it's literally a walk-in beer refrigerator.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Beer
That's-
cave.
Yeah, beer cave. That's
Ah.
ridiculous.
But I want mine to look like the Ice Planet Hoth on the inside.
That would be awesome,
Yeah.
actually.
That would be
Let's
good.
be realistic here.
Fortress of Solitude.
Yes.
And you hear growling.
Yes. That's all I want.
All right, Ray. What 3 ultimate items would you like to own for your Geek Lair?
So, can you give me 4? Is that okay? I've really tried.
Dare you?
Absolutely, sir. Go ahead.
Because 2 of them are way out there, and then 2 of them are actually somewhat realistic. So, I don't know if you guys saw. I'm sure you guys did see the ATST playground. This guy actually built an ATST that kids can go and climb in, and
Yes.
It's cool.
and everything. So that's got to be outside my house somehow.
That'd be really cool.
Chris would kill me, but the kids would have a blast. So
Yeah.
Every adult around you would have a blast.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? That would be your biggest problem, would be keeping the adults out of it.
What did you just say?
ATST, full size ATST out front, so that that's it's chicken walker. It's okay.
Oh, okay. All right. That was my list.
Right.
No. No.
Yeah, I know she.
Chris, nope.
And then my second way out there thing, I've seen another build. It was a fan build. I built the Tron light bike, and that would be just awesome.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, so that one would be kind of cool. That'd be my commute to work.
God.
So as for the more realistic ones, I've got a Stormtrooper costume. I think that's up there that I really want.
Okay, when you say storm, okay, so how accurate? Like, are you talking about 501st level, or are you talking about just a really good-looking one?
I'm talking 501st.
Wow,
and,
If you gotta do it, you gotta do it.
Yep, absolutely, I agree.
Yeah, combat. Like it looks like it's combat and everything, and that's my goal. But and then the last thing I have here, the Weasley clock that shows where all the kids are and all the adults are.
Right, yeah.
So I'd build one of those, but it'd be manually, obviously. So whenever you come into the house, you put that you're at the home, and then whenever you leave, you go and you put it to where you're leaving to. So I'm going to go to work, so I throw mine over to work, and kids are at school or whatever, and then that way you can kind of keep track of where everybody is. So.
I like that.
That'd be cool.
But anyway, those are my epic ones.
I like those.
The 3 things that I had on my list, I would like a TARDIS. I don't know how exactly I would incorporate it. Because I've been to Geek Fest. This guy actually has in this area somewhere has built a full size one, and we would bring it up there, and like you could go investigate it and everything. I don't know if I would. I've seen people who've had like small sheds in the backyard that they painted and made it look like the TARDIS. I think that would be awesome. I had actually played with the idea of painting the inside of like the doors in my office to look like the TARDIS, or like my office door. Yeah, I would like a TARDIS somewhere or another. I just haven't quite figured out exactly how I'd like to incorporate it. So, the second thing would be a main cabinet. What's funny is once again before the show, just going around and looking at stuff online, kind of getting ideas for the show. Originally, I actually have come across a computer. I was given a computer that I can actually use to build a MAME system now, so it's on the to-do list. But I'm originally I was like, okay, I'm going to do a proper MAME cabinet, maybe update a little bit. The only problem is number one, they're extremely heavy, and they also eat up a lot of space. And some of the things that I've been seeing online, just kind of cruising around before the show, I'm kind of rethinking it, and I'm thinking I may do a more modern take on it. That's literally like the just the flat screen that's been mounted to the wall like you would a normal television, and then it's literally like just the console area for the controllers down below it, so that it's not eating up a bunch of space. And considering how much space I have, that actually would probably be a lot more manageable and a lot better idea. So that may be something I have to play with. So even though it's on my ultimate list, that may actually be doable. And then the last thing is not to tip my hand too much to the end of the show, Lainey and I are actually going to be. I'm currently working on. If you've been following my my Instagram feed, you've seen I am working on Lainey's Proton Pack, and I've got about 20 days to finish it before the new Ghostbusters movie comes out, because Lainey and I will actually be doing an event at one of the movie theaters. We'll get to that in a minute. But in any case, I've been going through the list thinking about, okay, well, I still need to make a trap and the goggles and all this other stuff. And of course, the ultimate the absolute ultimate thing to go along with, a Ghostbuster costume would be an ecto. And I mean, I drive a Mustang. It, really doesn't lend itself, because, I mean, I've seen people take multiple vehicles and turn them into ectos, and, I mean, they look cool. It's definitely a different version of it. I mean, yes, having the old style hearse would be awesome, but I'm thinking, maybe if you did like a modern take on it, it would be cool. And the two vehicles I can think of, I think, would fit the most to that profile. What was it? The Dodge
Magnum.
Magnum.
Mm-hmm.
When that car first came out, my brother said that looks like a sports hearse. And I'm like, yeah, it does. And of course, my mind. This is before I ever got into the whole Ghostbusters thing. I'm like, that would make a fucking badass looking Ecto 1. I've always been a Ford guy, and I thought, well, maybe a Magnum. Is there anything Ford makes? And I'm like, oh, the Ford Flex would actually be a kind of a badass looking Ecto too, because then you could have a modern vehicle that has like really good air conditioning, which is kind of needed here in Texas.
Oh God, yes.
And all the modern things that you would like, but when it's not being an Ecto, it could actually be a decent family car. So yeah, not that I think that will ever necessarily happen, but God forbid I have to get another vehicle, I might have to consider something like that, which I can only imagine my wife going, "Why do you want a white whatever?" I'll be like,
You want to do what?
no reason. And then slowly start buying things. Why did you buy a siren? No reason.
No reason. Fine.
I'm working on a project. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
So, but yeah, that's that. Do you know how badass that would be to show up in an Ecto and get out dressed up? That would be like already dressing up like blows people's minds. Just like pulling up in a vehicle though would just like really put them over the top. So anyway, those would be my ultimate things. There are some other things that I considered, like there are some costumes and stuff I'd like to build, and one of the things I'm already thinking about is, okay, well, once I build this thing, where the hell am I going to put it? Because when I built this proton pack, I did not consider that. I was not like, okay, so where do I put this thing? Like, how do you display it? I actually had to go online and had conversations with people. I'm like, how do you display yours? And they're like, and pretty much everyone said if you're not going to mount it to the wall or something, a guitar stand is probably the best way to do it. Well, I'm like, that makes sense. I don't know if I would have thought about that. That's great. Because I've actually talked to Lainey about this already. We had that conversation. I'm like, all right, so once this thing's built, what are you going to do? She's like, I guess I'm going to get a guitar stand. I'm like, get going.
Because I don't know what else to do with it.
Yeah, smart lady. So yeah, so that's our episode on Geek Lairs. Let's go ahead and move on into our picks and pans for the evening. Would anyone like to go first?
I'll go.
Go for it, Lainey.
So my pick is actually our fearless leader over here, Eugene. I was gone all week. My summer's been a little bit crazy because I'm out of town a lot. And Eugene's really worked his butt off working on this proton pack for me, and he made a ton of progress while I was gone, and I'm really excited about it. And he's been super patient with me, trying to figure out how, what all I need to get for it and everything. And he even went out of his way over this last week to go and set up this super cool gig for us for the Ghostbusters premiere, and I'm very thankful. I have a very cool pseudo big brother, and he takes great care of me. He does all kinds of cool stuff with me. So that is my pick for the week.
Sounds like a lot of kiss ass.
No, I
Gay
really do
rug.
appreciate
That's awesome.
it.
Thank you.
I'm very excited because he's worked really, really hard, and I really appreciate it.
Okay, this is for me as well. So it's not just, but no, the fact that I've got someone to do this with is just I fucking love it. I love the fact that Lainey lives here now because I've got someone, because Christy wouldn't do this stuff with me, and I'm sure there are probably other people out there I can find, but Lainey and I are on the same level, so it's
Yep.
It's awesome.
It
So
works.
it works out. It's great. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
All right, I'll go ahead and jump in with my pick. This is actually the same pick that I had last week. There's just an update to it. Voltron Legendary Defender. Last week, I don't know if I think I had 2 episodes left. I finished watching it. Now, I have not had time to catch up on Jessica Jones, and I have not started watching the next season of Daredevil. That being said, oh my God, I cannot wait for the new season of Voltron to come out, because the way that it ended, and I'm like, I need more of this cartoon in my life. But here's why it's my pick for the week as well. So, I've been playing around with ideas on trying to introduce my boys to new cartoons and stuff because they're constantly finding stuff on Netflix. And even though it's not on Netflix anymore, I introduced them to Avatar: The Last Airbender, and they enjoyed it. And I thought, it's the same writer, same cartoon style. I wonder if they would watch Voltron. Now, they mainly want to see the giant robot when there's a lot of talking going on. They get a little disinterested, but they have watched a couple of episodes with me, and they like the giant lions. And as soon as they come out with new toys, I'm like, we may have to get some Voltron lions, guys, because that would be awesome. But yeah, so number one, this cartoon series is great. If you've got kids, watch it with them. You will love it. They'll love it. It's great. If you don't have kids, watch this series. It's fucking great. It's funny. It's well done. It's just an awesome, awesome show. Netflix, even on their kids stuff, just keeps knocking it out of the damn park. So I can't say enough about this show. It is and if you loved the original series, you're going to love this one too. It's wonderful. Jay, you got a pick or pan for the week?
Not really. I mean, I haven't had much time to do shit other than work, but the Food Network. Gotta love the Food Network.
Yes.
I literally have that on right now.
Favorite Food Network chef right now? Go.
All of them. I can't.
Really? You like Giada?
Huh? I
You like
don't.
Giada? Can't stand Giada.
If you turn the volume down, it's not bad.
You shut up.
I'm sorry, she's got a nice
She's
rack.
still there.
But no, I just like right now I'm just watching Chopped. I love fucking
Chopped.
And I was watching Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, and
No.
I guess yeah, I can watch it all. So I guess like getting ideas and trying to cook new shit.
Including your insanely hot pizza that you made.
Yeah, that hurt quite a few people.
Yeah, I bet it did.
Lava anus pizza.
Well, let's put it this way. I ate it and then had, flaming ass the next day. I gave a piece to my son and 3 of his friends. 2 of them cried. 1 threw up.
God.
Because, they loved the flavor. They absolutely thought it was awesome tasting. But, like, where it gets settled in his stomach about, 10 minutes later, it ate his stomach up so bad that he threw up in the front yard.
Aww.
And
awesome.
all of them text me because he stayed at my one son's friend's RJ's house and just kind of chilled out for the night. They all called and left me a voicemail the next day. I want to thank you for that pizza because we all got the flaming shits today.
God.
So it was good. I gave one to my father, which I have not got a report back from him.
He's probably still in the bathroom.
Or he's not talking to you anymore.
Yeah, I'm going over there for lunch tomorrow, so I'm going to have to confront him about what I've done to him.
So?
His mom opens the front door, he walks in, his dad just dexing.
Yeah.
That's a good possibility. I mean, he had an advantage. He knew what was on it before I gave him the piece.
Uh-huh.
All my son's friends, I didn't tell them.
Oh, you're an asshole.
I let them eat it first, and of course, the one friend Austin that lived here with me for 6 months, he kind of had an idea because he knows how I am. So he took a small. Bullshit. Yeah, he took a smaller bite, but the other 2, they just kind of took like a decent sized bite, and then like whenever you saw their eyes light up and the sweat start coming down. I mean, one of them was sitting in the front seat of the car with their mouth over the air conditioner.
Oh my God!
So, yeah. And I'm trying to find a way to make it hotter next time. I actually have a friend that's going to get me some Carolina Reapers. So.
Oh, jeez.
Absolutely not.
Oh, you got to try it at least once.
No, you
I
don't.
Ate
Is this your idea for losing weight? Is just like eating,
giving it yourself explosive diarrhea,
or just like dissolving parts of your body?
Yes, like
pretty much. If my stomach dissolves, it comes out my ass. I don't have to worry about it.
Kiss those lower intestines goodbye.
Yeah, no joke.
I ate a ghost pepper straight out of the package.
No.
Nope.
Why?
Because I'm retarded and it hurt really bad.
Oh my God.
Yep, sounds like it. We love you, Jay. Never change. Chris, do you have a pick or pan for the week?
I have 2 picks.
Okie dokie.
I do a farmer's market every Wednesday. and I sell my cookies and stuff there. And somebody came up and they wanted one of my cookies. She had said that her sister-in-law said that they were the best cookies she'd ever had.
Nice.
Good job.
So she bought 2, which was pretty good.
Heyo.
And then today, Ray's been working really hard on our bedroom, and it's starting to look really good, babe.
Yay.
Nice job, sir.
In
Man,
our real room.
How long until you sleep in it?
We're sleeping. Well, right now we're sitting on top of our mattress in the living room right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, and next week.
I'm hoping that by like Thursday, Friday, I have it to the point that we can move in.
That's not bad, though.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Ray's on a 10-day break, so
That's a lot of hard work going in there if you're going to have it ready-ish by then. That's pretty good.
I should say this. So Ray loves doing this. Like,
Oh,
he's not being forced.
You're not just like forcing. You're not walking behind him with like a cattle prod.
I need labor, people. Get me out of No, I love woodworking. I love creating things. And,
So I'm very happy that it's the insulation's done, all the electrical's done. You put the new window in.
Wow.
Wood,
Yeah, he's going full bore on it.
and yeah, it's awesome, babe.
Coming.
We may have to.
You.
Yay, me.
That's awesome. I'm excited.
Very
for
cool.
y'all.
And I'll
I
take
know.
lots
Do what?
post them. I'll take pictures and post them.
I want to see. Side note, by the way, if anybody doesn't follow Chris on Instagram, her little like farmers market setup is super cute.
Yes, it is.
With a little sign that Ray made. I love it. It's so cute.
Ray, do you have a pick or pan for the week?
I have a pick, and that would be the currently number 12 on the all-time earning movies for 2016. It is scaring me how much money this thing is making right now because I didn't pick it for number 1. Finding Dory was amazing, and it is. We know Lainey's gonna cry.
God.
It was really good, though.
It was really good.
Sweet.
I was worried, but make sure you stay after the credits, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Yay.
Oh, when Dory dies? Yeah.
Shut up.
We could only get so lucky.
Speaking of staying after credits, so this week I've been working on the Proton Packs, and I rewatched Wreck-It Ralph. My boys aren't even here, but I rewatched it myself because I fucking love that movie.
It's a great movie.
And I usually let it play through most of the credits or whatever, especially because the beginning of the credits, the song's playing and they have all the other stuff. If you actually watch that movie till the very, very end, when it comes up with the Disney logo, it actually does a kill screen like very reminiscent of Pac-Man. Like half the screen is messed up, and I'm like, I'd never noticed that before. I'm like, they did a fucking kill screen. That is awesome.
Really?
Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
I love
that was
it.
great.
Yeah.
There's so much little stuff in that movie I fucking adore.
It's a great movie.
Anyway, so we have some events coming up. In fact, we have a new one that I can announce after this week. On July 15th at the Synergy Cinemas in Coppers Cove, Texas, Lainey and I will be dressed up as Ghostbusters for the new Ghostbusters movie. So if you're in the Central Texas area, please come by and say hi. We're going to be taking pictures. We're going to have our Proton Packs. We'll be, showing them off, talking about how we made them and everything. So it should be a fun evening. On July 30th through 31st, me, Lainey, and Cy will be at Classic Game Fest in Austin, Texas, at the Palmer Event Center. We'll have a booth there, so come by and say hi as well. We'll have all of our stuff there as well. And then August 12th through the 14th is Geek Fest in Killeen, Texas, here where we are. We'll have a booth there as well, and once again, it'll be us three and possibly Rudy. We'll see. So come by and say hi. We may, be doing an event. We may even try to do a show from there. We haven't quite sketched that out yet, but we're going to see. So, but it should definitely be fun. So, like I said, if you're in the Central Texas area, definitely come by and say hi. As always, you can check us out on Twitter, Facebook. We do have an Instagram account as well. Look for it at Epically Geeky, or you can just check out the site at epicallygeeky.com. And wherever you listen to the show or catch the show, please give us a 5-star rating, whether it be on iTunes or what's it called? Stitcher. Still waiting for us to get up on Google Play. I don't know what the hell's going on with Google. They just cannot seem to get us on there. But, a lot of other podcasts are having the same issue, so I don't know what their deal is. And then, of course, you can also check us out on YouTube. That being said, where can we find you on the internet, Lainey?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at It's a Laney-Bird. I'm very, very active on Insta. Still working on that Twitter.
It's all good. It's all good. Chris, where can we find you online?
On Instagram at Lake Life Mama, and my blog, which I do need to post something on, it's the impostersyndrome.wordpress.com.
Ray, where can we find you?
Instagram, Lake Life Artist.
Very cool. Jay, where can we find you online?
Oh, everywhere. One J Red, I believe, is Instagram, and whatever it is on Twitter, I never remember.
JRed1OMA, I believe. By the way, maybe we should just change it because we're no longer OMA. Maybe we should change it to like Epically J or something.
I'll have to check on that. Then I'll
All
just be even more confused.
We'll see. And as always, if you want to follow my wacky adventures, you can find me at Optimus Gene on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. For everyone on site, have a good night.
You're listening to the Epically Geeky Show, a place for all things geeky.